Bitcoin update across multiple time charts today. We're going to look at bullish scenarios, bearish scenarios, to the upside, to the downside, everything in between. We'll start off on the daily here, then we'll zoom out to the weekly, give you a snapshot of what's happened before and, what we could expect moving forward, both bulls and bears. So if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, follow us on Twitter, Telegram, Patreon for more content. Let's get right to it. Gaussian channel, we're on the daily chart here, right? Bitcoin, slightly lower than yesterday, just by a fraction. I think yesterday this time we were around 28K when I make this video. Now we're slightly lower at 26K, right? So what the hell is going on? Well, let's look at it. Have we done this before? Yes. We'll go back to March, right? Under the Gaussian channel, under the 200-day EMA, quite significantly, right? How far under the 200 EMA? Or this pink line is what we're looking at, right? Test in March, a retest in June, and a third. Not only retest, but break down below. But we've done this also before. So below, back in March. How far below the 200-day did we get? I'm glad you asked. Let's go ahead and take a measured move. And we're looking around, what you could say about 10 or 11% with the wick. Previously, right after that, June, or after that, I should say, not previously. Previously is the other way. Words. So let's move forward to this time. How far under are we now? Well, our wick yesterday got to 7%. What if we did 10%? Let's take a look. 10%, roughly matching that, around 24, 24.5. But there would be more trouble afoot if we did that, I would say. We would take out this low. That would be, this is the main thing we're looking at now. We need to maintain an uptrend. By definition, you have to not put in a lower low. So we've put in higher highs, right, so far. And so far, we're maintaining our higher low, higher high structure. That is in jeopardy if we take out our low. Low wick is at 24,750, made back June 15th. Our lowest close, June 14th, 25.1. Let's go 25.1, right? If we take that out, there's some bigger concerns which we're going to get to and address on the weekly chart. So that is our level, right? If you're wanting to buy the dip, so to speak, you're still on the buy the dip, right? We're still in an uptrend. We're still bullish on the higher time frames, but this is where that all starts to, get cracked to pieces, right? This is, we're skating on thin ice. We could still skate by and, we might never be none the wiser, but we are certainly flirting with danger at this point, not just because making a lower low, but this 200 on the weekly chart is the big one, right? But, we're rhyming very similar with this so far, right? A move down slowly, fastly, whatever you want to call it. It took weeks, right, to do this. And then we have our capitulation candle underneath Gaussian channel, underneath the 200. The next following day, which would be like today, right? We went even lower, right? Even lower than the previous. So if we do, maybe we wick even lower, right? We could wick. We're still kind of okay. Closing prices is what you want to watch. So the most important close to me is 25.1. We do not want to close today, tomorrow, any day below 25.1, I promise, right? Otherwise, the bigger bears come out of hiding a little bit, right? And we'll, again, talk about that in just a second. But this is absolutely what we've seen before. This is nothing abnormal. The blue hash ribbons, they've signaled buy. That's still on the table, right? The green Gaussian channel on the weekly and the 5-day is still a bullish thing, right? This, and the blue hash ribbons back up a little bit here. The blue hash ribbons, does price always move up instantly? No. There's been many times before where you've moved down almost right after, right? So nothing abnormal still so far. The only thing you should really be worrying about, everything's still intact. This low, right? This is everything. The weekly even clarifies it even more, right? So look at this move, right? The capitulation candle down even further than the next day, but look at the days of the week. Okay, look at the days of the week here, right? So I got some alerts firing. The day of the week, capitulation candle, Thursday, Friday, even a move lower. Saturday, a move back to the upside. Sunday, a severe move back to the upside, right? We need to rhyme with this, right? So far, a rhyme, we need to be rhyming. So today, might move lower, right? If we're rhyming with this so far, that's what we're doing. Saturday, Sunday, you better see a recovery candle or we're in jeopardy of breaking said line. So Having said that, let's now zoom out to the weekly, which is, that's the same line, right? Right now we're looking at it. We're zooming in, right? So now we're in the weekly Gaussian channel. It's green. We're back in it. It's okay, right? We haven't closed this. We still have 2.5 days until this weekly candle closes. Where we close is going to be significant. So here's our 200 week, right? This pink line. Let's take off the Gaussian channel, right? The median Gaussian channel is, you know, the even the low wicks. That's kind of where we touched even on all these drops, right? So that low wick is around 24.5, right? So just having said that, that's the only thing you need to be looking at as of now, because we're now in the channel and that's the only thing below us, right? So let's take that off and clean up the chart a little bit, right? That hopefully that helps. Now we're looking at the big stuff, right? The 200 week. You don't want to be messing around with this in a bull trend and an uptrend. So there's that line on the daily chart, not as significant on the weekly. The most significant thing you should be watching right now and going into the weekly close is this pink 200 week EMA at 25.5. We must close above that. If we close below that, there's a case, a more than significant case to be made of the bears are coming back, right? Otherwise, still nothing out of the ordinary. This is absolutely expected. It's what we've seen back here. Look at the low wick and then recovery. We just need to see a recovery going into weekly close. So we'll have our answer in 2.5 days, right? We'll be watching this over the weekend even. Remember, rhyming with this move here, we started moving up Saturday and Sunday over the weekend. Maybe it's not Saturday morning, wherever you live, right? But just by the weekly close, we really need to be closing up to avoid catastrophe, potential catastrophe, really 27.9, the 21 week EMA, which we talked about in yesterday's video, right? All of these candles, even back in March, right? Look at this long lower wick, right? This is like a dragonfly doji, right? A thin candle body, long lower tail. That is a massively bullish candle on the weekly for sure. And what came after it, right? Okay, this is what we need to rhyme with, right? It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but we cannot be closing under the 200 week for sure. And ideally, to maintain super bullish momentum going into next week and the weeks following, we need to close back above the 21 week. If you're closing a weekly candle or a daily on any time frame below a yellow, I color it yellow. You can color it whatever color you want. But I color it yellow because yellow is the easiest color for the human eye to see. Side note, bonus tip of the day. 21 EMA on any time frame is, you know, might be arguable, but in my opinion, that's the most important. Go back and look at Bitcoin, at least for Bitcoin. Bitcoin on pretty much any time frame on the weekly or daily, going back all previous bull runs, that's where it holds. If it closes below that, that's where the trouble starts, really, ideally, right? That's so 27,850 is kind of where it's at now. Actually, a little bit less than that. See on the yellow up there? It changes as I move. 27.8. Right, as the price, if the price moves up, that'll start hinging back up. So 27.8, 27,850. Just watch that going into Sunday close. But you know, let's not, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Let's just at least close above the damn 200. Right, that's my main concern right now. If we close under that, we're gonna have to reconsider our strategery, in the words of George Bush. That's way over most heads. Going into next week, right? We are going to have to, you know, replan our structure. Why is that significant? Well, one, it's the biggest moving average, and two, right, that's kind of our bear market resistance flipped to, you know, support zone right here, right? See this? I mean, here's resistance, massive candle breakthrough, support back in here in June. It better damn well be support here in August, or 2023 is likely in you know, shot, and we might be trending down. We'll address that if and when the scenario comes, right? We'll cross the bridge when we get to it. Right now, we like our green grass, butterflies, fuzzies. We're on this side of the bridge. Next week, if we're under 28.5, we're going to have to cross over to the lava and, you know, the demons over there, right? So that's where we'll get to. But this is the line, right? This is where skies are blue. This is where trouble brews, right? The Dr. Seuss. All right, that's what we're going with for this week. So if you had to sum up one thing, what is it? the 200 EMA. Have you not been paying attention? The 200 EMA, 25.5, 25.6, right? That's what we're looking at. As long as we do that, we're still okay. We would need a pretty quick recovery back to the 21. So let's also talk about what if we do bounce, right? What if we close up here? If we close it above 28, watch out. I would think something, one of these guys is coming next, right? Blue hash ribbons, green Gaussian channel, right? That would be the most logical sense. Okay, so if that happens, right? Great. Now let's go back on the daily. What happens if we go up? Where's our resistance on the daily chart? Well, we have two lines in the sand, right? There's your 200, right? Probably going to be resistance initially, 27.2, 27.3. The 100 right there in the blue, right? You see that? And then below that, I mean, you could probably argue like a zone more than just a definitive line when we get up here. 28.6 to 29, right? That's going to be our area, right? Previous support, flip to resistance. So you have your, if we start to move up Saturday, Sunday, and you're like, I just want to get out of my position, I'm scared shitless. Well, these are two levels you might want to start the dollar cost average out of, right? If we get back above 30, it's to the moon, right? Don't know where that accent came from, but there we go. Hopefully that helps. Any questions? I'll try to address any comments, down below. The strongest altcoins, right? If you're in altcoins, it's a little risky right now, but the higher the RSI, all of 2023, those are the ones that are going to do well. I mean, look at some of the recoveries already, right? Just go down your list, right? If you're flatlining, I would guess that your RSI has not been doing that well comparative to the rest of the market, right? That's why you measure that relative strength index. That's the only thing that matters. That measures your strength of that asset to the rest of the market. You want a high RSI, especially if you're looking at a recovery. If Bitcoin goes to 28, 29K back over the weekend, the strongest altcoins will be the ones with the highest RSI, the ones that have been doing well all of 2023. Namely, in my opinion, right, the chart-wise, not fundamentals or anything else, chart-wise, Render, although not doing great today, Injective, INJ, and, Fetch. Look at the Fetch isn't the best chart, but INJ, I'd say, is probably the strongest chart in crypto, so just side note on that. For Friday, going into the weekend, just if you want to do some homework and get a little bit better, go find some altcoins, put it on the daily and weekly charts, and look at the RSI. Write it down. Whoever has the highest ones, those are definitely 99% of the ones with the highest RSI will bounce hardest and quickest. That's how you do it. All right. What else we got? How about quote of the day? This is where 99% of the people leave. And by 99%, I mean 2 people, because there's only 1 person left now. I don't know. So the most I can do for my friend is simply be his friend. Okay, I don't make these up. That was, I don't know about that one. No one's getting that tattooed on their arm, right? I like tattooed, deep meanings. I don't know about that one. But car of the day, Corvette, the new Stingray 2020 came out, right? The new mid-engine, right? First time in a minute. By ever. Front end, 3/4. Those are always good snapshots. And got to get the rear view in the convertible, in the orange. All on probably Pacific Coast Highway, I would guess. PCH. Hit PCH 180. I think that's the Post Malone lyric. I don't know. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great weekend. Let me know what you want to see next. More of, less of. You may just delete my face off of here. Chase, shut up. We don't even watch your videos this long. All right. What else we got? Nothing. Oh, made a Costco. Yeah, if you got a Costco near you, you're into cars at all. They have cars now released. The model cars. I went and got multiples yesterday. So maybe we'll do some of those next week. The little ones, like these. Right, the 1/18 scale. They even dropped their prices. They're like $17. So I went and got all the ones I didn't have, which is, pretty much all of them. They just at least paint different color every year. So they'll keep you coming back. But side note on that, if you have a Costco near you, you're in America. I don't think Costco's outside of America, but I mean, $17 to add to the car collection, you can't resist. I can't. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Have a great weekend.